Hey there, it is Chanel here from Canadian Pixie Dust, and we're doing another Disney DIY at home recipe today. So we have been loving the Disney blog. It has been putting up all these DIY recipes. We did our Gaston's cinnamon buns the other day, and today we are trying churro bites. So we've printed out a recipe from the website, and Izzy's gonna be my assistant this morning, and we're gonna attempt churros. Now I will say, we have never ever made churros at home before. We'll see how this goes. So we have all of our ingredients ready to go, measured out so that we can just move through our recipe today. So we're gonna start by adding a cup of water to our saucepan on medium heat. Then we're gonna add 8 tablespoons of butter, which also is 1/4 of a cup. Don't worry, she washed her hands. Then we're gonna add 1/4 teaspoon of salt. And then 1/4 teaspoon of ground cinnamon. So you're gonna put 1/4 into the pot, and then you're also gonna use 1/2 teaspoon into your cinnamon and sugar. But I'm not gonna lie, we love cinnamon and we've added a little bit more. So first we're gonna melt this down and bring it to a rolling boil. Now we've got it to a rolling boil, we're gonna add in our flour. There is 1 1/4 cups of all-purpose flour. And then Miss Izzy is going to give it a big old stir to get all that flour incorporated as quickly as possible. So we've got our little dough ball now. We are going to remove that from the heat and let it cool for about 5 to 7 minutes. So we have our dough in the stand mixer. It has been cooling down for a good 10 or so minutes now. We wanted it nice and cool so that it is okay to put our eggs in it. We're going to add our blade onto our stand mixer. We'll give it a little swoosh to break it up a little bit. And then we're going to add 1 egg at a time. Everything looks incorporated, so now we're gonna get it into our piping bag so that we can put it into the hot oil. So we're gonna fry up our churros. We've got them in a pastry bag and we've got a star tip. I wish I had a much bigger star tip than we've got, but I'm using what we have. I'm just grateful that I had leftover pastry bags from decorating cakes. So they suggested that you squeeze it in and then snip it with scissors to let it fall. So here we go. Now that they are all golden brown, we are going to take them out, give them a little bit of a dry off on the paper towel just to get a little bit of the extra grease off. And then we're gonna just throw them into our cinnamon and sugar mixture. Once they're nicely coated with cinnamon and sugar, can take them back out again and put them in a serving dish, and we're ready to try our churros. Since we clearly run on churros and pixie dust, we're gonna try some of our delicious churros that we've just made. Go ahead, Miss Izzy. They're actually really good. Again, another recipe, super easy to make. The oil thing's a little daunting, a little frightening. Again, I wish I had a bigger piping bag. These would be really nice if they were nice, big, fat ones like they serve at the parks. But all in all, we're super happy with our copycat recipe of churros.